Let me bring in Senator Edward Markey, Democrat from Massachusetts. It's good to have you on the show, Senator. Are military members going to get paid? Would you vote yes on a standalone bill?
Yeah, service members deserve to be paid. Their families deserve to have the earned income that comes from service members serving our country. But at the same time, people all across our country, they deserve their health care as well. By November 1st, they're going to start to receive the notices that there will be a premium increase that could be 50 to 75% for the health care in their country. In Massachusetts, we could see 325,000 of our citizens lose their health care because of the Medicaid cuts. Two-thirds of all people who are in nursing homes are on Medicaid, and half of them have Alzheimer's. And the Republicans refuse to come to the table to talk about those families as well. I'm 40 feet here from the doors of the United States House of Representatives. They've been out of session for 3 weeks. And Speaker Johnson is now saying they're going to be out of session next week as well. So the Republicans are in a kind of a political witness protection program right now. Very hard to resolve the health care crisis in our country if the Republicans won't even come to Washington, D.C. to talk to Democrats about that crisis. And we are going to demand that all American families get that health care protection which they deserve.
Well, speaking of Speaker Johnson, he actually was pressed on the whole issue of military pay just this morning by the wife of a service member who called into C-SPAN. Let me play that for you.
I am begging you to pass this legislation. My kids could die. We don't have the credit because of the medical bills that I have to pay regularly. You could stop this.
I'm so sorry to hear about your situation. The reason I've been so angry this week, and they've been calling me out on media, Johnson's angry. I am angry because of situations just like yours. If we did another a vote on the floor to pay troops, it's not a lawmaking exercise because Chuck Schumer is going to hold that up in the Senate.
So that's, first of all, different than what the president is saying. The president is saying he thinks it will get done. But let me ask you very specifically, would Chuck Schumer try to hold up a bill that would pay service members? Would you vote yes on a bill to pay service members?
I would vote yes to pay those service members.
And is there any reason to think Chuck Schumer would try to get that not to happen?
Look, the Democrats support our military. The problem here is, I'll give you another story. I had a 78-year-old woman call me just 3 days ago, and she told me she has a 54-year-old son with disabilities who's totally dependent upon Medicaid to take care of him. Does Speaker Johnson care about that woman? Do the Republicans care about that woman and millions of others who are dependent upon Medicaid, on the Affordable Care Act, on Medicare, on NIH funding in order to provide the health care for their families? No. We're not hearing anything about that. They are looting the health care system of our country, and they're expecting the Democrats to drive the getaway car for them. We're not going to do it. We're going to stand and we're going to fight for the health care of every single family, because in the same way that woman was able to take her personal story to Speaker Johnson this morning, there are millions of other people with personal stories out there who are desperate to know that their health care coverage is going to continue, that they're going to be able to afford it and be able to protect their families as well.
So in the last hour, President Trump was holding a cabinet meeting, and he had a message directly for your party about the shutdown. Here's what he just said.
And we're only going to cut Democrat programs. I hate to tell you. I guess that makes sense. But we're only cutting Democrat programs. But we're going to start that. And we have Russell. We can talk to you about it if he wants to. But we'll be cutting some very popular Democrat programs that aren't popular with Republicans, frankly, because that's the way it works. They wanted to do this. So we'll give them a little taste of their own medicine.
So he's telling you what he's going to do. What can you do about it?
Well, at least he's being honest. The Republicans voted against Social Security when it was put on the books. The Republicans voted against Medicare. Republicans voted against Medicaid. Republicans voted against the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, they're being honest, finally. They don't want to pass these health care programs. They don't want to ensure that each and every American gets the health care which they need. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great Massachusetts poet, he said that health is the first wealth. And if that's the case, then the Republicans are looting that wealth, that health wealth, for tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires. That's their constituency. It was in the 1930s. It was throughout the 60s and to today, their prime constituency. They do not care about the health care of ordinary families, and the Democrats are not going to go away until the Republicans come to the negotiating table in order to ensure that those programs are protected. So at least the president was honest. He wants to cut Democratic programs? Good. They're called Medicaid. It's called the Affordable Care Act. It's called Medicare. And if they want to have the American people understand this issue, keep going, Mr. President, because it's not the fear of God which motivates Republicans. It's the fear of voters, and voters are going to get very angry if the president tries to decimate those programs.
Before I let you go, Senator, I have to tell you, we've been watching some of the videos you've posted of yourself literally running around the Capitol. What are you looking for, and what have you found?
Well, from my perspective, right now,
Please don't
on the
run
House of
away.
Representatives, no, the House of Representatives is a ghost town over here. So just taking a tour of the Capitol right now, you'd discover that the Republicans have bolted. They're not even here to deal with this government shutdown. And by the way, they can solve the problem with one vote. Open the government and take care of health care. Sure, it's only going to take one vote. But just traveling around the Capitol yesterday and seeing all of these people who love our country, who are walking the corridors, who are looking up at the Capitol dome with awe in their eyes, they expect us to do a better job here in Washington. And they expect Democrats and Republicans to come together. And that's going to be our challenge. And we have to make this government work for those families. And that's really what I was picking up, no matter where I went, in my 5-mile, 10,000-step journey around the Capitol yesterday.
Senator Ed Markey, thank you.